Yours Novelli, Tuesday, New Year's Eve, 2024 going into 2025, 4:52 a.m. I've been happier. I feel like I've said that in a few videos or something, I don't know for sure. And I think it's attributed, or I think I'll attribute it to this like trio of meditations I've been doing. I just thought of it recently. I've known about all of them, but I just kind of like combined them to do them in like a set, if that makes sense, which I think will help me long term, or at the very least is helping at the moment. The first one will be probably one of the most basic forms of meditation that I do, which is what I've done like 90% of the time. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't switch it up much, but it's basically just focusing, or any kind of focus or mindfulness meditation, which 95% of the time I think mine has been focusing on the breath, which is what I'll talk about. I think it just is just a very good thing to concentrate on when I'm meditating. I also just don't know what else to use. I guess like I don't really know what else to concentrate on, but yeah. And I also have this Buddhism club or organization. It's not mine, but it's one that I attend at my school, and the monk there showed us a breath counting meditation, and it's like breathing meditation, but it's kind of like a variation of it where you breathe in and then you count your exhale, however long it takes you to exhale. And when he was explaining it, I guess I missed something, and I actually thought we were supposed to be counting how many inhales and exhales we took, like all in one, like inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2. And I actually brought that up to him, and he told me it was the other way. But yeah, so the variation that I'm talking about with the breathing meditation or breath awareness meditation is the one that I made up or misinterpreted myself into doing or whatever, and I think it's been working fine. That variation or that variant of breath awareness meditation like really makes you focus. I still mess up on it, of course, but like I feel like it makes you focus entirely on the breath, even though you will, or at least I definitely lose count every so often. So yeah, but of course the objective is to like regain the focus on the breath and the breath counting. So of course, again, like inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, and so on. And I try not to give myself any passes. I try to make sure that I don't just say something like, I think I was on 15. Like if I'm not almost 100% sure on what number I was on before I lost the like conscious count in my mind, I'll just start over, because I'm just there to test myself. I gotta see how long I can stay present. I don't want to just assume that whatever number comes to mind is the one I was on, but I want to actually be focusing, and that's the name of the game, just focusing and concentrating on that. That's been like one of my go-tos very recently, and I have been getting more consistent with my meditation recently, and I plan to meditate after finish recording this audio in a few minutes. So yeah, very thankful to the monk in the school group, even though I kind of like misinterpreted what he meant over the whole thing, but I'm kind of glad that I did, because I feel like, no shade to the monk, but I kind of like my version better, and I haven't really been using his. But one thing that they have taught me over there, not that I wasn't capable of doing it before, but it wasn't something that I would ever try to do, is sitting in that lotus position. Because even now, like, I don't really have a reason to sit in a lotus position right now, but I'm sitting just normally right now, and that's kind of like how I prefer to sit when I'm meditating. But even on my own, even when I'm not meditating in that school group, I have kind of adopted sitting in the lotus position sometimes, just to challenge myself, challenge my body, because it is uncomfortable. It does pain you a little bit, or at least it pains me when I do it. So it is even more of a challenge, and it's something that, because it hurts you or because it gives you a challenge, it can occupy your mind during the meditation. So it's also like an extra test for you. So I think it can be beneficial. I don't know what it's doing to your body internally. I can't say whether it's good or bad in that manner, but in terms of just a mental challenge, I think it's pretty cool. And Of course, again, I don't really love the sitting position, that lotus position, but hey, it's a workout, I guess, physically and mentally. And then the second meditation is, the best I could describe it is, I have to put it under that transcendental meditation label, and I've also been calling it subconscious reprogramming meditation. So if you're in the psychology space or anything like that, or just have heard the term like cognitive reframing, that's basically what I use the meditation to do. I just say different statements that are good for the psyche. Stuff like the only limitations that you have are the ones you put on yourself, and stuff like that. Just those motivational and inspirational quotes and ideas and attitudes and philosophies and all that, just to like hopefully mold that into your character naturally. Let that be your natural way of being, and not have to be something that you have to see on your phone screen, scrolling through whatever social media of choice. So yeah, been using that with the hopes of reprogramming my mind. And it's not like I'm a negative person either. I don't think I get myself really down or anything, or self-deprecate in my own mind or anything like that. But still, I want to have as strong of a mind as possible and be ready to combat situations and be able to battle my mind if it comes to it, you know. Like battling your mind sounds pretty negative without context, but I want to be able to battle my mind in the context of when a negative thought or negative thought patterns come up and it makes me afraid or unwilling to do something that I know I should do or want to do. So yeah, I'm an avid gym goer, but I think it is still important that we train the mind, and I think that's pretty much, I feel like that's a lot of what meditation is. Maybe that's all meditation is, but yeah, I mentioned a lot on this channel about how grateful I am to hear other people's words on social media, and how much of an inspiration other people's words and quotes and all that and accomplishments and success is for me, because it just is. Like, I'm not the jealous type in that way. I'm jealous in another way, like when it comes to romantic stuff. But in terms of like accomplishments and all that, and people doing well for themselves, I'm more of the envious type, and it makes me want to go, maybe not get exactly what they want, because everybody wants different things in life, but you know, it makes me want to mirror their success into the stuff that I care about. So yeah, that's why I really love that transcendental meditation, or reprogramming meditation, however you want to look at it. I think it's very great for the mind, especially, and this is with all of these meditations, especially if you're consistent with it. But yeah, the third meditation would be metta meditation / loving kindness meditation, which usually when I hear it described, it's people talking about just spreading love and, you know, just peaceful and loving thoughts to the world and people, wishing great things for them and all that. My most recent one, I just took note of not all things of course, but a lot of the things that I love and admire in the world and in people. I just kept saying stuff like, I love people's energy, I love people's humor, I love when people try to connect with me on a deeper level than just surface level. I love when people are caring, just stuff like that. I love when people smile. I just took note of a lot of those things, and I also said a lot of people deserve statements, where I was just like, people deserve love, people deserve affection, people deserve this and that. Just trying to cultivate that wholesome feeling, I guess, and I think that can transfer over into your mood. So I think that one's very good as well. Like, I've been feeling really great recently. It's also, I think, has been due to like increased social interaction for me, which I love. It's probably my favorite thing to do, even though I'm not really sure how great I am at it. But I mentioned in one of my past videos, but I think that is my passion. Again, however great or not great I am at it, I really love speaking to people. And like I also mentioned in past videos, realizing that I was a shy extrovert instead of just an introvert, which is what I thought for so long, was a great realization. And I'm glad I figured that out. Because yeah, like I said, I've been feeling great. I'm glad that I've been talking to people more recently. I hope that I make more friends, like real deep bonds in the future. Even now, honestly, I want it now. But I think the meditations plus the social interaction I've been getting lately have contributed to the happiness I'm feeling for right now, and I hope I can keep it going. If not, ramp it up some more. Get some more interaction, get some more meditation, be more consistent, be more brave when it comes to social interactions and initiating social interactions. And I'm gonna have to be doing that soon with a school organization I'm trying to get started up with a friend. So that's gonna be a good opportunity to get more bold with this kind of stuff, even though I'm not gonna be saying outrageous stuff or anything, but it'll force me to be approaching people. Of course, I'll have a purpose in mind when I do it, an objective, and I'm not going to have lines per se, but I'm going to have a good idea of what I'm going to say before I even start the interaction. So it's not a completely spontaneous thing, but still, it's something that I think will help me socially. So that's cool. But yeah, all of those meditations, I thought all of those were just great paired together. And I'm glad I thought about it, because I was like, I can't say that I do all of those meditations, but before I started this whole trio pattern of doing these meditations right after one another, I was like, I've done all of these meditations. I was like, what if I just find the ones that I think are most useful and I do them in a sequence like what I've just mentioned and see how that goes. And I did, and I'm glad I did, and hopefully I keep on doing it. Hopefully I find even more useful meditations, even if they deal with the same kind of objective. Like even if I find another one that's more focused, concentration / mindfulness driven, and it overtakes the breath awareness meditation or the breath counting meditation that I do. I'm very open to finding new meditations and stuff like that, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I think these three that I've paired together is like a very good combo.